A quick disclaimer before we start. This video is simply covering the new information that has come to light on the Produce series and recapping everything that has led to this point. This is public information that has been released. Information is subject to change. I also encourage you to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Midnight Theories. And if you're new here, welcome to Midnight Theories. Before I talk about the new information, I want to recap everything that happened that led to this point. I will leave a timestamp on the screen if you wish to skip the recap and go straight to the new information. If not, then just keep on watching. Produce 101 started off as a girl group survival show that pitted 101 promising trainees against each other in order to win one of the 11 spots in the show's final group. The contestants would showcase their charisma, singing, rapping, and dancing abilities to win the audience's votes to propel them into the next round. The show prided itself on not having a panel of judges, but instead, the final lineup would be decided by the votes of viewers. Throughout the years, the franchise has grown because of its popularity and created multiple seasons that included males in their respective seasons. The series had its own spin-offs in other countries and created several talented groups. The longer the show went on, the more attention and loyal fans it attracted, which would come in handy in the long run, helping bring justice to the idols and trainees that participated on the show. There has always been speculation that has hovered over the show that the final lineup had been rigged due to very popular idols and trainees not making the final lineup. Of course, we want to think the best that the ones who are handling the votes are honest and we truly get the real lineup the audience voted for. It was hard to argue the possibility of votes being rigged in Season 1, but the longer it went on, the more clear a pattern started to appear. Which brings us to the ever so popular fan theories. We have the 14th and first place curse and how the trainees from the same companies always made it in the final lineup. I discussed it and go more in depth in my previous videos I've made on the Produce series, so I will leave those linked down below. The 4th season was the last straw for the audience. Like I said, the Produce series grew a large and loyal fan base. Like most viewers, people questioned the validity of the votes because it made no sense. Allegations of voting manipulation followed shortly after the last episode of Produce X101. Mnet released the final rankings online, and Knets noticed an unusual repetition of votes and irregularities that led them to investigate further. They discovered every contestant's final vote count is a multiple of 7,494.442. In a voting pool as large as Produce 101, each individual's final vote count should mathematically vary from one contestant to the next. The possibility of all 20 finalists sharing a common denominator is near to impossible. Due to the overwhelming backlash from the public, i.o.i went on a 6-month hiatus, and X1 were struggling to perform on music shows like Music Bank and Music Core, and trying to keep brand deals unlike previous Produce groups. On July 31st, the cybercrime investigation team raided the headquarters of CJ E&M. The team retrieved an audio recording inside a phone belonging to one of the production staff members, amongst other pieces of evidence. According to the reports, the recordings allegedly contained talks that directly spoke of rigged votes. The police also have carried out searches and seizures on Starship Entertainment, William Entertainment, and NBK Entertainment. On August 1st, 2019, a representative of 272 viewers of the program who had paid to vote by text messaging during the program's live finale would be filing a lawsuit. These viewers paid to participate in the show's text vote method and felt deceived by the bizarre voting results. Later, PD confessed that due to i.o.i and 101's success, he and another PD felt pressured to make future Produce groups be as successful as their predecessors. On December 5th, 2019, further investigations showed that the lineup of i.o.i and X1 had indeed been manipulated. On January 6th, it was officially announced that X1 had disbanded. Since X1 had not yet signed a contract, the company was able to disband the group without breaching contract. And i.o.i were able to continue promoting since they had actually signed a contract. New information has been released by the Seoul High Court. The media has been in a frenzy once again over the suspecting voting manipulation that occurred in all 4 seasons of the Korean survival show. As of November 18, 2020, producers An Jun-young and Kim Young-bum were charged with fraud. An Jun-young was sentenced to 2 years in prison with a fine of 37 million won, while Kim Young-bum was sentenced to 1 year and 8 months. The 5 entertainment agency representatives who provided entertainment have also received prison sentences to 2 years probation for each 8 months in prison. The judge said, "The crime of this case significantly damaged the fairness of the broadcast program and caused the result of deceit and joke on the trainees and viewers who appeared on the program." He continued, "The person who suffered the most damage from this incident were trainees who were unjustly eliminated by the defendants through ranking manipulation." The court also revealed that producer An had already decided on the final lineup 2 days prior to the finale. The court also released the names of the trainees who fell victim to the ranking manipulations. The judge said, "The trainees have no choice but to live with the trauma for life, and the viewers are feeling extremely betrayed. The result of the audition where everyone became a winner, unfortunately, everyone became losers." The court also decided not to disclose the name of the trainees who received preferable treatment by rising in the rankings through voting manipulation. The trainees also seem to have no knowledge of the fact of the ranking manipulation, and they are also subject to the entertainment agency under the guise of ranking manipulation, and there is a side to see them as victims. If they are disclosed, there is a risk of becoming victims on behalf of the defendant. The trial is not a trial to condemn the trainees who burned their youth with their best. Since the new information has come to light, companies and idols have opened up about the situation. CJ made a public apology promising to take responsibility and compensate the victims. In this statement by Mnet, it reads, "Today, the trial of appeal for the case related to the Produce 101 series was held. Mnet respects the court's decision and humbly accepts their ruling. We once again bow our heads in apology for stirring up the scandal." During the process of the trial, a list of the trainees who were harmed by Produce 101 series was revealed. "We feel extremely apologetic towards the trainees and the families who were deeply hurt by us. From the moment the issue was raised, Mnet had been discussing compensation for the affected trainees we could identify ourselves. Some of the discussions are complete, while others are still ongoing. We will take responsibility until the end and do our best to compensate for the damages incurred by all affected trainees revealed through today's trial. We sincerely apologize once more to the trainees who were harmed because of us, their families, and the viewers who supported the Produce 101 series with love." Pledis Entertainment commented on the unjustified elimination of their artist Baekho, who participated in Season 2. "We are glad it's clearly revealed that Baekho was a victim, though it was late. We'll keep an eye on the action that will be taken from now on." i.o.i's agency responded to the news saying, "After seeing the information, we have significant conversation with actress i.o.i and internal discussion. Through those talks, we've decided that we currently do not plan to take separate action." They continued, "i.o.i is working as an actress now, but she's currently also studying music on her own. If there's an opportunity for her to do music or she personally wants to, then we will help her." Sung Hyun-woo, aka AM from Limitless, posted on Instagram responding to the news. The caption reads as follows, "Hello, this is Sun Hyung-woo. This morning, I was very confused after receiving a sudden influx of messages from people expressing their worry and sadness. I'm once again sorry to my fans for making you worry. I remember a time during filming where I stayed up until dawn practicing with the director of photography, desperate to give a better performance and show everyone my face at least once more. I'm very saddened, just like I was back then. However, instead of focusing on my elimination, I'm satisfied. I gave the precious opportunity everything I had, and I am grateful for the growth I've experienced. I'm also glad that I was able to share my final thoughts on the matter. Instead of feeling sorry for me, I'd be very thankful if you could support me as I carry on with my career in music. I am sincerely thankful for my fans who always supported and think of me." Mnet also responded to the news on i.o.i's behalf. "Hello, this is Mnet. We are making a statement about i.o.i's future activities. As scheduled, i.o.i will be releasing a new album on December 7th, and they also plan to attend the 2020 Mamas on December 6th. The responsibility of the Produce situation rests entirely on Mnet alone. Mnet will take full responsibility for the trainees who have suffered damages, and we will also do our utmost to fully support i.o.i, who is already promoting and whose members are already chasing their individual dreams. Off the Record Entertainment and Swing Entertainment, who are currently co-managing i.o.i, will also do their utmost to fulfill their duties and aid the growth of their artists. We sincerely thank all of the fans who always love and support i.o.i. Furthermore, We apologize once again to all the viewers who cared about and rooted for the trainees who suffered damages due to this situation. The franchise has grown over the years from creating outstanding groups and expanding its reach to other countries by creating spin-offs. The series was meant to showcase the talent of numerous trainees from different companies and create one big supergroup through the votes of devoted fans. The show falsely advertised to its viewers and contestants and wrongfully deceived innocent trainees and viewers. I've been carefully following the news and reporting on the series for over a year now. I have more videos that follow the timeline and shed more light on the case and producer An Jun-young. I highly recommend you watch those videos to get an in-depth report. Let me know all your thoughts and comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching and enjoy your stay.